Good evening, Wizards Nation. The fuck? Wrong channel. So today we're gonna talk about the 18th overall pick. I feel like in this channel I've been ranting about Ace Bailey. I've just been the fuck. It's not an Ace Bailey fan base channel. The fuck. No. So in this video, I'm done with Ace Bailey. It's all about the 18th overall pick here. Danny Ainge is very intrigued with the Rutgers forward and has made calls about attaining Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey in Utah? What the fuck? No. We possibly need to trade up, dude. I don't. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Apparently, Ace Bailey said he doesn't want to play in Utah, but that might be just smoke. I don't know, but I'm reading it right now. All right, I'm done. I'm done with Ace Bailey. I'm done. I don't want to trade up that much anyways for him. Okay, now I'm done. Anyways, with the 18th overall pick, right? We got lucky. It's a blessing because, when we traded for Memphis's first round pick, which is the 18th now, they had like a top 4 record in the NBA. Then they tanked. And then we nearly lost the first round pick because they almost got out the playoffs. They were in the playing game. I was over here rooting for Yo Gotti and shit. I was like, what the fuck? Thankfully, they won. And we got the best case scenario, the 18th overall pick now. Now we're at 18. And, in this video, I want to talk about, guys who can be possibly drafted at 18 and trade up scenarios. But mostly about guys who we're going to pick at 18. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly, truly appreciate it. All right, so first things first, I want to state this. I'm still team trade up for 18. I'm greedy. I'm kind of like team trade up for both. Granted, for the 6th pick, I feel like if we stay, I feel like we're going to get a good prospect if we stay. Because Concanupo apparently is going up the boards. Like top 5 certified apparently. But anyways, at 18, I want Derek Queen. Derek Queen's not going to fall to 18 though. We need to trade up. So that's my dream scenario. Trading up to get Derek Queen. So how far we got to trade up? I don't know. We got assets. We got assets to do so. We got capital. I'm mainly looking at Corey Kispert. How far up can we go with Corey Kispert? Now that's going to be hard though. I'm looking at certain teams, certain trade candidates. I'm just like, fuck, you got to match the salaries. You got to match all the. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard though. So basically, now let's just stick to the scenario of staying at 18 because there's a chance we do stay at 18. A couple mock drafts came out, right? Reputable mock drafts, and they have us taking the following players at 18. So at ESPN, they have us taking Asa Newell. Now, I actually like Asa Newell. I think it's freaking Asa. Sorry. Asa Newell. I really do. He's actually one of my favorite players in this draft class. The only problem with him is that will make Sarr playing 5. Newell's not really a center. He's more of a power forward, even though he's 6'11". His body frame doesn't really scream 5. He's going to get bullied down there. And he's not really much of a, his rebounding is just like, 6.8 rebounds per game. Like I want a big guy at 5. In my opinion, Sarr is a 4, and I feel like a lot of people think that. So I'm not a genius for stating that. Man shot 5.1 3-point attempts per game. His mentality just screams 4. So at a 5, I want a bulky dude at 5 who mainly, it's a great rebounder. Somebody like Derek Queen. But Derek Queen's a good rebounder. I don't want to say he's a great rebounder. But, somebody who complements Sarr. I just basically want a different type of center than Asa Newell. But anyways, that's just the way I see it. But, I really do like Asa Newell. Like, if we didn't have Sarr, I'd be like, man, get Asa Newell. But, anyways, that's what ESPN has us taking, right? I'm going to zoom by this. Another mock draft has us taking Cedric Coward at 18 as well. I like Coward as well. 40% from 3. But, let's just keep going. And then another one, Bleacher Report has us taking Will Riley, a guy who's actually favorably compared to our boy, Keyshawn George, at 18. So that's what the mock drafts are currently stating, right? Newell, Coward, and Will Riley. The Will Riley one has been very consistent for a long time with his Bleacher Report mock draft, mocking us to 18. So that's what the outside, community thinks about who we're possibly going to draft. My main question to you guys is, who do you guys think we're going to draft? I feel like we talk about the 6 all the time here in this channel. We don't really talk about 18 regarding if we stay at 18, who are we going to draft? So please, let me know in the comments, who are you guys targeting at 18? I saw some dude saying he really likes Danny Wolf. I like Wolf too, but I kind of like Thomas over even more. But yeah, let me know in the comments, please. So that's what they think, we're going to get. And I actually see a lot of, recently, Asa Newell being mocked to us. Now, again, I really like Asa Newell as a prospect, but I don't know about the fit, I don't know. But anyways, my guys, and then, these are my guys. Hey, I ain't shit. So, but like, these are the guys that I want. In no particular order. Actually, no. The first two in particular order. Rasheer Fleming and Thomas Sorber. If we stay at 18, I want those two dudes. Or I'm targeting those two dudes. Sorry. Now, first with Fleming. Fleming is a guy where I'm just like, I get confused because I'm just like, I see him being mocked as early as us at 18, but then all the way down to freaking 28, 29. And I'm just like, this dude is better than that. Like, him being picked late in the first round, that one I'm just like, I feel like GMs are just overthinking it, But with him, like, he's just a guy where shoots 41% from the catch and shoot threes, classic 3-and-D player. Now, he's not going to evolve into, like, a shot creator or anything like that. There's also questions about his three-point touch. But, defensively, like, the man logged 1.5 blocks per game and 1.4 steals per game as well. And he has a 7'6" wingspan. Positional size, he's 6'9", most likely going to be a 4 at the NBA. But, like, he's super athletic. He knows his role player skill. He knows he's a 3-and-D dude. He's not going to come in here and try to force anything. This is my type of guy. 15.5 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game at 6'9" frame, 232 pounds. He's 20 years old, so yeah, but Keyshawn was 20 as well, I believe, when he got drafted by us. This is the guy that I like. He fits the mold, to me, of a Will Dawkins prototype. And then 1B is Sorber. This is a guy, like, we all like, not we all, but, like, we like Derek Queen. But it seems like Sorber is just like catching up, that everybody knows, kid from Georgetown, but he's the guy where I'm just like, he fits us more than a guy that I even like even more than Sorber, which is Asa Newell. But fortunately, Newell's strengths doesn't really fit us as well, because Sorber, like 6'10", 263 pounds. That's a big man right there. He's 19 years old. He has a brick house frame. He has a post game, he's a passing big with a high basketball IQ, he even has shooting upside, made 72% of his free throws. He's better. He's a better shooter than Derek Queen, and I like Derek Queen more. 8.5 rebounds per game, 14.5 points per game. Granted, we all know like the weaknesses with him is just like the perimeter quickness, the athleticism. He's not a high flying dude. Again, a little bit of pick and roll finishing, but he's the guy where I'm just like, no, he will complement Sar in the same way I guess Queen would. They're both, I would say, in the same realm of the rebounding rate. That's the main thing. Like, our five needs to be good at rebounding, dude. Defensive rebounding. Sar, I like Sar, but he ain't it. He ain't it when it comes to that stuff, and I don't think he'll ever be. I think he'll be a dude who gets us like 8 rebounds per game on a good year, So that's why I'm eyeing in on Derek Queen and Sorber. And Sorber, I really like Sorber, dude. I really like Sorber. But anyways, my sleeper for the guy that I like, my third guy, is Joan Behringer, kid from France. Now, a lot of people they're like, oh, I like Kamal Malawash, and I understand it. A freak of nature, 7'2", 7'6" wingspan, recently started playing basketball. Yeah, fun stuff. But fun stuff. It's fun stuff. But dude, I'll toss you another one. Behringer, 6'11", 7'4" wingspan. A guy who recently started playing basketball too. They're both of them were playing. They're playing soccer together. I don't know what the fuck, but he's 18 years old, one of the youngest kids in this draft class, turning 19. Now there was questions regarding Behringer's overall age and height. There was rumors that saying that he would actually be 6'9" instead of 6'11". That was thankfully, dissolved. He's 6'11". And he's a guy now, like, in the recent ESPN mock draft, they had him going 14 to Spurs. So, ideally, like, it looks like he's going up the charts right now. Because he's been mocked mostly, like, late first round. Like, so, like, in the 20s. Now, French kid, Bala Coulibaly Alex Sarr, the fuck boy, downtown France is coming to DMV. I like Behringer. Because if you really like Kamal Malawash, you can get Behringer for the cheap. And they provide the same thing, honestly. They're both athletic bigs, offered mostly, raw. They're both raw. They're both raw as hell, lob threats. But, like, that's going to be their bread and butter offensively, just lob threats, the weak side shot blocking, even though we got Alex Star. But, like, we missed out on Kamal Malawash, and apparently we like Kamal Malawash. I was just like, Behringer will be there at 18. And at 6'11" in his frame, and he's still growing, he fits that. I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, I'm just like, I like Behringer, dude. I like Behringer. Watch the tape on he's a high-flying French kid, and we have 2 of those. So, yeah. Let's see here. Ideally, though, ideally, I want to trade up. I still want to trade up. I'm team trade up for 18. For 18, and I'm looking for 2 guys who I want to trade up for. My main dude in my dream scenario is Derek Queen. I really like Derek Queen, dude. Like, and I know some people are down on him. Obviously, performed really bad in the combine, but like, he's just a baller, man. He's just a baller, dude. Reminds me in the vein of like, this is gonna be a shit comparison, but I feel like people, I don't know. He reminds me of Domantas Sabonis, dude. He really does. He really does. The conditioning and all that stuff, man, I'm not worried about that, man. This is a baller right here. A certified baller. I really like Derek Queen, dude. But the question is, how far do we have to trade up for him? Because in recent mock drafts, now he's projected to go from the 12 to 14 range. I even saw some going from 9. Ideally, I think he's going to go in a 9 to 13 range. And that, I don't think he's going to fall past 13. Especially fall past the Spurs. Like, no way. So I think 9 to 13 is his money spot. So we're going to have to trade up. But anyways, the second dude I'm looking at is Yegor Demin. This is a guy I'm just like I was talking about him recently, like a week ago, where I'm just like, he can go number 5, even as high as number 5 to the Jazz. He's been mocked going as high as number 8, even number 7 I saw recently. But like, I'm just like, the Jazz kid from Jazz, Yegor Demin, you never know. You never know with the Jazz. But like, so that's where I'm just like, if he does fall, and if he's like in the same frame as Derek Queen, he's there at 11, 12, 13. And if Derek Queen's already been picked up, I'm eyeing Demin. I like Demin, dude. I really do. 6'9", the best passer in this draft class. 6'9", positional size. Come on. But I don't want to get too in depth because I don't want to make this video long. But in regarding teams who we can trade up with, honestly, I've been yelling team trade up for a while now, but I'm just like, Jesus Christ, it's gonna be hard, dude. It's gonna be hard. Like the Grizzlies, and that they're trading up 2 spots with them. They can see the Spurs if they want more shooting with Corey Kispert. Then we gotta get the freaking salaries to match. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. What do we gotta absorb? Harrison Barnes' contract, but the Spurs, Rockets is like a team. I'm just like, yeah, they could definitely use Corey Kispert, but they're picking at 10. Would they go down 8 spots just for Corey Kispert? I say hopefully so, but OKC, but even then OKC, like there's reports of them saying that they want to trade up. They want to gather all their assets and even move up forward. So you never know it. I'm speaking team trade up, but it's gonna be hard, man. Hopefully Will Dawkins works his magic. Okay, dream scenario for me is still get one of Trey Johnson, Edgecombe, or Bailey at pick 6. Hopefully one of them falls to you, but it looks like you might have to trade up. You might, but we don't know yet. But get one of those 3 at 6 or trade up. Most likely just stay put and beg. And then with the 18th, trade up. Trade up. You use Corey Kispert, dangle that asset around, see how far you can move up, and then try to land Derek Queen. That's my dream scenario, honestly. Get one of those 3, like I said, Edgecombe, Bailey, or Johnson, and get Derek Queen. The more realistic scenario is get Jeremiah Fears at 6 and trade up with Derek Queen. I'll be fine with Jeremiah Fears. I'll be fine. But granted, my first option is those 3. But anyways, you guys let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like my picks of Rasheer Fleming, Sorber, and Joan Behringer as the guys I am locking in at 18 I'm looking at? But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.